Hello, fellow TF2 players. Here in Team Fortress 2, we all want one thing: fashion. Well, majority of us do. Admit it. You want to look really awesome while playing the game, and there's not a lot of fashion videos out on the internet for TF2, so I decided to start a miniature series. Not a miniature, but a series just about fashion, Team Fortress 2, and sets. It's pretty much, I'm going to have an all-class set, and then a set for each individual class. And I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, nobody cares. Just show us the sets. Well, that's what I'm going to do right now. So first off, we have I believe our all. Oh, no, that's my custom set. This is sloppy. Our all-class set, which is going to be a cop. So a law, obviously, the police hat. Any sunglasses, kind of like the specs, the gray bands, the Macho Man, I think that's what it's called. Those are really good because they're aviators and a cop stash. But I kind of like the Professor specs because everything else is too expensive. Anyways, so you got the law, your sunglasses of your choice, and I chose the license to Maine. I believe that's how you pronounce the city from Sam and Max. And it's a cop badge, and I just like it. So the weapons I went with for Scout is just to match it. Was a Force of Nature, just a double barrel shotgun, really. Looks really good. The Luger Morph. Another one I would use is pretty much any pistol, except for the Winger. It doesn't really look right. But the Luger Morph, because that is Max's sidearm, and the bat. Just a stock bat. And another one that looks good with this is the Spy. Looks really good with the Enforcer. It's kind of like a cop with its little cop pistol. And I really like it. And that is the all class. So first off, we'll start with the Scout, and this is called the Boston Breakdancer. And it's pretty much just the Troublemaker's tassel cap. It's just a really all around. It's a beanie and it's really cool. I really like it. The Boston Boombringer, obviously, you have to have a Boombringer to do it in Boston. Yeah. And then I went with the Delinquents down vest because it kind of matches a little vest with a t-shirt underneath. And then this would also be a really good set with the Boston Breakdance taunt, but that's 2 keys, and us poor people cannot afford that. Anyways, it's pretty much any weapons you want to go with, and any taunts if you want to add, and any action. These mainly don't have actions; they just go along. So the next one is called the True American for the soldier. I got the Battle Bird, which is holiday only, but when it's or Halloween only. But when it's not Halloween, another good one to go with it is the Big Daddy or the First American, which is like George Washington and Ben Franklin. But I went with the Battle Bird, the Founding Father, and the Compatriot. And the weapons, the Liberty go along with this set: the Liberty Launcher, the Reserve Shooter, and the Market Gardener. And it's just an all-around cool set. I like to play as. It's just soldier. You think it's a really manly guy, America. Next class we have is the Pyro, and I called this the Desert Heat because kind of just out in the desert, with the looks kind of like, reminds me of a place like Mexico. When you see Mexico in movies, you see a lot of desert, and so just the Desert Heat, because he's a pyro, so he burns things. So I thought that was really cool. I went with the Flamboyant Flamenco, the Last Breath, and the El Muchacho. And there's any weapons of your choice. And I believe this is a really cool set for my pyro. I honestly really like this, and I would probably stick with it. Next we have Demo Man, and this is called the King of Scotland. Now, this is an all-around set that a lot of people use, or you see a lot of people using, and it's really cool. I went with the Prince Tavish's crown, obviously, and the King of Scotland cape. Can't be a king without a king's cape. But I went with the Dangerous 2, I believe that's how you pronounce that, and I just believe he looks pretty baller. Yeah. And so, just pretty much any weapons, I go with the short sword and a shield because fits more towards the knight and the king. Heavy. I call this one the Heavy Lifter. No, go with the Gym Rat, the the weight room warmer, and the toss-proof towel, and the little buffalo steak sandwich. Just all around looks pretty good with it. I thought so myself. Just looks like someone who's been working out at the gym. Next for NG, I have the Robotics Expert. I thought this was a really cool set. No, got the Thompson, the Short Circuit, and the Gunslinger. And then I went with a Pip-Boy from Fallout, a virtual reality set, and the Brainiac hairpiece. He just kind of looks like a robotics expert, in my opinion, and looks really futuristic and really cool. Next, we have the Medic, and I went with the Medieval Medic. So obviously, you have the Medieval Medic set with the Crusader's crossbow and the Amputator and the Berlin's bucket helm. But to add to that, I went with the Das Metal Meeten Cason, which is kind of like an armor, and Archimedes is the little pet. And I thought it looks really good together. Really fun to play with. And yeah. Sniper, this is a good one I came up with. This is called the Bushman. And it's funny, it just looks like a crazy guy with a jar of piss coming after you. And I went with the Leches LED, and you can go with the Liquidator's lid, but I thought the Leches LED with the red eyes gave it more of a effect to it, I guess. And Bushman's bristles and the Birdman of Alcatraz just all around looks like some crazy guy with his pee in a bottle or jar, and just yeah, I thought it looks really funny. And the last one we have is for the Spy, and it's called the Party Pooper. And I named it this because he looks like someone who went to one of those mass parties, and he's like a killer, so he's kind of like an assassin. So Party Pooper because he kills the party whenever he kills someone. But anyways, just any weapons you want to go with. I went with some of my cool pieces, my favorite sets, and I went with the Charmer's Chapeau for the hat, the Le Party Phantom, and the Made Man. Just all around looks pretty cool in my opinion. And yeah, that is the final set. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, please leave some feedback to know, and please subscribe if you want to. Thanks, and goodbye.